Hello everyone! Today I will reveal a super simple yet highly effective secret that will help you speak English fluently in just a few weeks. Have you ever felt that you're not confident speaking English? Or sometimes you know what you want to say, but you get stuck and can't express your thoughts fluently. That's a feeling many people have when learning a foreign language, and it's something I used to experience too. But I want you to know one thing. Speaking English fluently is not something too far out of reach. If you're truly committed and apply a simple method every day, the results will come faster than you think. The key is consistency, and I'm here to guide you step by step. So, what is this secret? It's a small trick that you can practice every day, just for 5 minutes. And the best part is you don't need to memorize anything. No need to force yourself to remember vocabulary or complicated grammar structures. You just need to apply this method, and I promise you'll notice a difference in your communication skills within a few weeks. Now, if you're looking to improve your spoken English, keep watching this video. I will share with you the detailed steps and the results you'll get when you practice regularly every day. Trust me, you'll be amazed by the changes. As I mentioned in the introduction, the method of practicing for just 5 minutes a day can bring high results if applied correctly. But why is this method so effective? The answer lies in the process of habit formation and repetition. 1. The process of learning through repetition. One of the basic principles of language learning is repetition. The best way to remember a new vocabulary word, a grammatical structure, or even correct pronunciation is to keep using and practicing them consistently. Our brains need time to get familiar with and cement new things. That is why practicing in short but frequent sessions helps you improve your skills steadily without overwhelming you. If you practice every day for 5 minutes, your brain will gradually store and automatically use what you've learned without too much effort. It's similar to learning a musical instrument. You can't expect to play it perfectly after one practice session. But if you practice daily, the sounds and notes will become familiar, and you will play more naturally over time. 2. Creating a natural reflex for communication. To speak English naturally, you don't just need to learn vocabulary and grammar. You also need the ability to reflexively respond immediately in conversation. This reflex can only be formed through consistent practice. When you practice the 5-minute method daily, you will gradually improve your reflexes. When you learn to learn and use immediately, your brain will form quick connections, helping you respond instantly in communication situations. Tip 2. Effective techniques to speak English fluently every day. Next, I will share with you some very useful techniques you can practice every day to improve your speaking ability. These techniques won't take much time, but will be highly effective if you practice consistently. 1. Shadowing method, listening and imitating. The shadowing method is one of the most effective ways to improve your speaking ability. It's a method where you listen and immediately imitate the pronunciation, intonation, and rhythm of a native speaker. Here's how to do it. Choose a short dialogue from a movie, podcast, or YouTube video that you enjoy. Listen and imitate each word, sentence, stress, intonation, and speaking speed of the native speaker. Repeat the dialogue until you can speak it fluently and naturally, just like the native speaker. Shadowing helps you improve pronunciation, intonation, and get familiar with common sentence structures used in everyday communication. More importantly, This method teaches you how to communicate naturally and comfortably without worrying about memorizing vocabulary or grammar. 2. Practice with common questions. Just like memorizing vocabulary, practicing with common questions and answers frequently encountered in real communication situations is also extremely helpful. If you are preparing for an interview or simply want to communicate better in daily life, start with simple questions. Some example questions you can practice. How are you today? What did you do over the weekend? Where are you from? Can you tell me about your job? For each question, try to answer aloud, clearly and confidently. Don't just read the answer, speak it naturally. This will help you get used to creating a reflex response right away, without overthinking. 3. Record yourself and listen back. A very useful method to improve speaking ability is to record your conversations. When you practice speaking English, record your voice, then listen back to evaluate and correct any pronunciation or intonation mistakes. For example, you can record an introduction of yourself in English, then listen back to check if your pronunciation is correct, if it sounds natural, and if your sentence breaks are right. Listening back helps you identify areas that need improvement, which you might overlook while speaking. This method not only helps you detect mistakes, but also helps you hear how you speak and notice your progress over time. 4. Think in English method. One important step to speaking English fluently is learning to think directly in English. This helps you eliminate translation in your head from your native language to English, making the communication process quicker and more natural. Here's how to do it. When you think about a problem or a situation in your daily life, try to think in English instead of thinking in Vietnamese, and then translating it to English. For example, when you go shopping, instead of thinking I need to buy bread, think directly I need to buy some bread. You can apply this method in various situations, such as when you're at work, talking to friends, or even thinking about simple daily tasks. This method helps you reduce hesitation when speaking and enhances your reflexes in English. Try thinking in English every day, and you will see rapid progress in your communication skills. 5. Role-play method, simulating real-life situations. Role-play is a method of learning English by simulating real communication situations. You can create specific situations you commonly encounter in life to practice reflexes and respond naturally in English. Here's how to do it. Choose a communication situation you might encounter, such as ordering food over the phone, asking for directions, or even a job interview. You can practice with a friend or teacher, taking on the role of the person you're communicating with and reenacting the situation. Try to speak naturally, as if you were really participating in the conversation. This method helps you improve reflexes and adaptability in real-life communication situations. By practicing in a safe environment, you will feel more confident when facing similar situations in reality. 6. The repeat after me method. This method involves repeating phrases or sentences you hear, just like the shadowing technique. However, the focus here is on repeating after the speaker immediately after they speak, without pausing to think. This method is especially helpful for building fluency in conversation. How to do it? Choose a video, podcast, or audio recording with clear and natural speech. As soon as the speaker says something, repeat what they said aloud, trying to match their pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation. Repeat multiple times, focusing on improving your flow and making your speech sound more fluid. The key to this method is to help your speech sound more spontaneous, as if you were speaking without thinking too much. Over time, it will improve your fluency and pronunciation. 7. Practice with English subtitles. This method combines listening and reading practice. It's an excellent way to improve both your vocabulary and your ability to understand native speech. Here's how to do it. Watch a TV show, movie, or video with English subtitles. Pay close attention to the subtitles while listening to the speaker. Try to match the spoken words with what you read in the subtitles. When you hear a word or phrase you don't know, pause and look it up, then repeat the phrase or sentence. By practicing with subtitles, you're reinforcing your listening skills while expanding your vocabulary. It also helps you become more familiar with how words are used in natural conversation. 3. Common mistakes when learning to speak English and how to fix them. When learning to speak English, there are many mistakes that learners often make. Here are the common mistakes I see with my students and how you can fix them. 1. Fear of making mistakes and reluctance to speak. Fear of making mistakes is one of the biggest barriers to speaking English. If you're constantly worried about making errors, you won't be able to communicate confidently and fluently. How to fix it? Remember, making mistakes is a normal part of the learning process. When you make mistakes, that's when you learn something new. Don't let fear stop your progress. Keep practicing and gradually you'll see your confidence in communication grow. 2. Focusing too much on grammar while forgetting communication. Many people focus too much on learning grammar and vocabulary but neglect practicing real-life communication. This causes them to learn a lot but not be able to use it when speaking. How to fix it? Focus on using grammar and vocabulary in real contexts. You can learn theory, but don't forget to practice speaking every day. Try forming sentences and speaking them to check if your grammar is correct and whether you can use vocabulary in various situations. Trying to speak too quickly. Many people learning English tend to speak very quickly to sound like a native speaker. However, this is not always good, as speaking too quickly can make you lose control and not pronounce words clearly. How to fix it? Practice speaking slowly and clearly. Speed is not the most important factor. What matters is speaking correctly and understandably. Once you feel confident, you can gradually increase your speaking speed. 4. Relying on easy vocabulary and lacking rich language. One common mistake when learning to speak English is relying too much on easy words or using a few words too frequently without changing them, making your speech sound dull and lacking variety. How to fix it? To fix this, try to expand your vocabulary. You can learn vocabulary by topic, e.g., work vocabulary, travel, health, and practice using it in different situations. Practice using new words every day to become more familiar with changing words in your speech. For example, instead of always using the word good to describe something positive, try using words like fantastic, amazing, excellent, wonderful to make your speech more rich and varied. 5. Unclear pronunciation and wrong stress. Incorrect pronunciation is a common mistake many learners make. Not stressing the right syllables or mispronouncing words will make it difficult for people to understand you. This not only lowers your confidence, but also affects the quality of your communication. How to fix it? Practice pronunciation of each word, focusing on difficult sounds in English like thej, on, a, el, or the long and short vowels. You can use online pronunciation tools or practice with language apps like Duolingo, Babbel, or watch pronunciation videos on YouTube. Also, pay attention to word stress and intonation in sentences. English words and sentences need to have the correct stress to sound natural and understandable. For example, the word record, as in recording, and record, as in a file, have different stress patterns. Practice pronunciation every day, and when speaking, be confident and clear, avoiding speaking too fast or mumbled pronunciation. 6. Overcomplicating simple sentences. Some learners tend to overcomplicate sentences by trying to use advanced vocabulary or complex sentence structures, even when simpler language would suffice. How to fix it? Focus on clarity over complexity. Try using simpler, more straightforward sentences that convey your message effectively. When speaking, aim for clarity first, then gradually add more complex structures as you become more confident. Overthinking before speaking. Another common mistake is overthinking what to say before you speak. This leads to hesitation and the inability to speak smoothly. How to fix it? Try to speak naturally without overthinking each word. Focus on expressing your ideas rather than getting every detail perfect. The more you practice, the easier it will be to speak confidently without overthinking. 4. Results after 3 months of practice, how you will change. After you implement these methods, you will begin to see significant results after about 3 months of practice. Your body and brain will get used to using English more naturally. You will see progress in several areas. Clear and accurate pronunciation. You will notice improvements in pronunciation and stress. People will understand you better and communicate with you more easily. Faster reflexes and more confidence in communication. You will no longer feel hesitant when speaking English. Every time you communicate, you will react more naturally and confidently. Using a richer and more flexible vocabulary, you will learn how to use a wider range of vocabulary in communication, making your expression more fluent and vivid. More confidence in all communication situations. You will feel confident speaking to native speakers or in other real-life communication situations. Keep practicing consistently, and you will see your speaking ability improve significantly, making you feel more confident when communicating. Don't forget that learning English is a journey, and every day of practice is a step closer to your goal. In conclusion, speaking English fluently is not an impossible goal. With just 5 minutes of practice every day, you can improve your speaking skills significantly. By incorporating methods like shadowing, role play, recording and listening back and thinking in English, you can build strong communication reflexes and gain confidence in real-life conversations. The key is consistency. Even small daily efforts will lead to remarkable progress over time. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress and practice. The more you engage with the language every day, the more natural speaking English will feel. If you found these methods helpful and are committed to improving your English, make sure to keep practicing daily and don't get discouraged by mistakes. Every step you take brings you closer to becoming a more confident and fluent English speaker. If you enjoyed this video and would like more tips on learning English, Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. By subscribing, you'll stay updated with new videos that will help you along your language learning journey. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss out on helpful content that can improve your speaking, listening, and overall English skills. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Keep practicing, and you will get better every day.